Okay, guys, are you ready to go? Okay. Okay, guys, this is the Clothier Cup 2023. Representing Australia, we have Alex Rackham and Darcy Webster-Jones to receive, and representing the USA, Eric Barker and Henry Smith to serve. Best of 3, 6-game set. Good luck, gentlemen. Level. Love. Love. Hazard. Hazard worse than second. Love. Hazard worse than second. Love. Serve receivers. Hazard worse than second. $15.40. $30.40.
Hello, this is Oliver Pridmore from Australia, commentating with
Nick Stenning.
Game.
Thanks for having me, Ollie.
Yep, no problem.
Game to love.
Happy to be here. Today we have Alex Rackham and Darcy Webster-Jones against Eric Barker and Henry Smith. Match to look for.
Now, Alex and Darcy have sort of been the underdogs in these matches so far. What are your thoughts on this match? How do you think they'll play out?
I think if they stick to their game plan, keep the serve, and just keep it in play, I think they have a good shot of getting quite a few games against them. Potentially get a couple of sets, and who knows if the US aren't having their day, could be a really tight match and potentially a win for Australia. So
We would love to see a win for Australia, wouldn't we?
oh, we'd love to, wouldn't we?
We've been teetering on the edge for some of the doubles matches, and unfortunately it hasn't gone our way. But I feel like this could be a match to watch out for.
Absolutely. We had a very tight first doubles from Australia versus the US yesterday, where we had 6-5 third set. Incredible stuff.
15-all.
Got really rowdy in the dead-ons in the galleries.
Who was that, Ollie? Sorry to interrupt you, but who was that?
That's a good question. I think it was Darcy Webster-Jones and yourself.
Stroke.
Thank you, Ollie. Yeah, thank you.
Yep, and against
30-15.
Noah Moats and Eric Barker, a very strong duo.
Now, what do you think Darcy's strongest shot is so far?
So he's got a mean railroad, but to be fair, I think he's just got a fantastic volley. He's a badminton player. He told me he was second in Tasmania for all ages in badminton. So, as you can see there, smacked a volley in there. Just really solid. That's a badminton shot right there.
That's incredible, Ollie. I had no idea Darcy was such a good badminton player.
Yeah, no, he's... well, look at the shoes. Definitely...
You're right, Ollie. They do give it away.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the badminton shoes?
Well, they're twisters, so they don't have any...
Twisters? Can you explain that a bit more for the viewers?
No shoelaces, pretty much. I think you just twist a nozzle to tighten them up.
Down.
Does the job.
Better than second.
It's close. 30-all second game, not bad. Ah, chased.
Eric's been quite a strong player in the past couple of days, Ollie. How do you think he'll go this game?
I think it all depends on if he's playing up or not, really. From receiver's end, he certainly gets everything back. From the server's end, if he's standing at the line where he tends to volley from, then he might be a little bit out of the game, and leaving Henry to do the grunt work of sorts. So we shall see. 40-30 to the US, better than second.
Jeez.
I think he was trying to put that one into the hazard galleries. Just forced it a little bit. Made that mistake. Penthouse opportunity.
Squandered.
It was the right shot, just didn't execute it. Just Alex standing in the wrong spot, I'm afraid. It was a great first volley, but just need to stay on his toes, shuffle back, defend the grill. Good manoeuvring from Henry Smith. Very good shot from Alex. I believe he was trying to put it into the galleries, but missing low compared to missing high like the previous one just provides the result. And a cracking shot from Darcy.
Sneaks that in there on the side there. This timbre is quite deceiving as well. A few of those shots in the last match that we played, Oliver, came quite close to off the side wall and just scooted around the outside of the timbre. I wasn't expecting it, and it did catch me off guard.
Yeah, a bouncy court does have that effect. For the viewers at home, Nick Stenning and I just played a riveting doubles against Freddie Bristow and Noah Motes. Unfortunately, losing 6-4, 6-5, tight, but not able to pull it to 3 sets.
If you are interested, you can watch that back on the USCTA YouTube page.
1 game all. It's well played from Australia here, bringing it back from the receiver's end. So they're doing well. Let's see a chase here. Deep serve. Ooh.
15 love.
You don't often see that from Eric. A missed shot at the net. I remember quite vividly playing him the other day, and he rarely missed one, which was unfortunate.
He was also standing at better than second gallery. That's the furthest back I think I've ever seen him stand when he's at the net. I think Camden might have told him to maybe shuffle back a couple yards whilst he's there, so might be trying something new. Let's see how it goes.
Down, better than 2.
Another bando in action. I've noticed quite a few have been connecting there, but provides the chase for the Australian side. We take it. Oh, what a shot. Well deceived.
30-15.
Don't quite know if he was aiming for it though, because he seemed to apologise.
Second gallery, 2 chases.
Smart tennis.
Well, they've got the serve now. Let's see what they can do with it.
Better than 2 chases. 30-15 up. So they are looking very good for this game. No hazard chases either, so the pressure's not as on as could have been. They're just doing well.
30-15.
Let's see if they can pull through, grab the next couple games, hopefully. but we'll start with this one.
Lost it. 40-15, the second gallery. Full. Game. 2 games to 1.
Australia takes the third game to lead 2 games to 1. Penthouse. This is a good rally. Oh, just as I say that. Nice shot from Alex Rackham, nice control. Didn't try and slap it down into the grill, just nice controlled shot underneath winning. Pulls it through, 15 all.
Second gallery.
What would you have done there, Nick? Would you have had a crack at it, or would you have thought, I think maybe leaving a second gallery chase in this position might be warranted?
Well, that's a good question, Oliver. I probably would have gone for the shot there, as being left-handed. I feel like I would have a somewhat control over it.
Yeah, just slap it in there, base of timbre, no problem.
Yeah, you know, it's just the usual shot for me up there.
Second gallery.
Fair play.
Henry Smith, let's talk about him for a moment. He's quite a strong player. What were your thoughts on him?
Well, I mean, he's about 6'4".
Generous.
He's built like a tank. I mean, he's just very strong. I think in terms of the lower shots, his height might impact him slightly negatively, but for other shots like volleys, return a serve, even serving, I think it's just a good build for it.
I came in the other morning and I saw him having a hit with Cam, and he can hit the ball quite well.
30-40.
He's definitely got the shots. He's got the talent. He's a player in Philadelphia, but I know he's prone to a bit of rackets as well. So I don't think he'll be faced by a few faster balls. Any sort of boasts. Having tried rackets myself, they are common shots. So I think he's more than prepared.
Have you yourself dabbled in the racket scene? Are you on that?
I've had a go. Must say I'm not as quality as other players, but it is a bit of fun. It is a bit of fun.
It is a steep learning curve jumping in a concrete box with a golf ball. I'm not sure if I'm a fan.
15 love.
If the racket face was a bit bigger, I think I'd have a chance, but the racket's shockingly even smaller than a real tennis racket face.
15 all. Article, thank you.
Out of court.
30-15.
from Alex Rackham. That's okay. Let's grab the chase. I think a shot to the forehand corner here would be better. I think Alex has missed the galleries in the last 2 shots. On return a serve. He's gone for it again.
It looks to me like the Australians are trying to dust the penthouse. What if you were a coach and you were you are captain of the Australian team. Sorry, viewers, I forgot to mention that. We have the Australian team captain.
Thank you for acknowledging that.
It's okay.
Yeah, if I was in their shoes, I would, of sense, be aiming for the galleries. They are. They definitely try and hit them, but I think they need to potentially just slow it down a little bit. They're trying almost too hard to force a chase of sorts. But what they really need to do is just wait for a better opportunity than a good serve, really. They need to punch a return and serve in and then just rally out until they find that opportunity what puts their opponents out of place and then go for it.
I couldn't agree more.
It's the same as when you're playing a chase, trying to hit hazards to win the chase, but if you're not in the right position, it's just going to give your opponent the edge of sorts and give them the opportunity to put the next ball away. But if you just hit it back at timber, it's a good shot, your galleries aren't open, all these factors provide better chances of winning that point, winning that game, winning that match. And 40-15 to Aussies, and they found themselves with a chase better than 4, so going well.
I think the Australians should be quite happy with how they're doing so far in this match. They've kept it tight. I'm not sure how long we've been playing for, but it seems to be going well. They could bring this back to 3-all.
I would put money on it that we are going to clutch up this point, grab this game.
I understand we're not playing for sheep stations, but they are putting in a cracking effort.
Absolutely.
Lost the chase.
Well left. Great communication. I believe Darcy told him to leave it. Alex trusted him.
And they've got the game from that.
Yep, 3 games all.
That is smart tennis.
Would have been a good bet from Pridmore.
15 love.
If you are a viewer at home, chuck us a comment. We'll give you a shout out. Let's see who's watching. Any viewers from Australia as well? I see we've got 20 viewers, or 13 concurrent viewers, I should say. Let's see what happens.
That's a cracking statistic there, Oliver. What was it, 13 people you said were watching? Wow.
Yep, that's bad. We'll take 13, that's for sure.
Especially for 12:49 a.m.
Absolutely, and in Australia, if we have any Australian viewers, they must be very keen because
Out of court. 30-15. has won.
Now, Oliver, the GoPros have become quite an obstacle on court now. I think I've seen about 4 hit. Do you think, are you aiming for the GoPros? Or?
As the first one to take one out of the whole tournament, they do put a smile on my face when there is a connection, because it is essentially still a winning shot, and then you get that little break as well.
It's a little bonus, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a little extra.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, and I think they're probably built for it, so it's I don't feel as bad.
Yeah, those new GoPros, they're pretty tough little things.
Absolutely. I thought I'd shattered it the first time I hit it. A couple pieces went flying, but I think they just got reattached and strapped back up. So, yeah, fair dinkum.
They just keep going like Darcy did in that doubles match yesterday after he hit his head. What were you thinking when Darcy fell over and nudged his head on the wall?
I thought he had a concussion, to be honest.
Flat out concussion straight away, or?
Well, I was unsure because although he didn't hit his head very hard, he it was the back of the head, and as someone who's been concussed before from a hit to the back of the head.
In rugby, was that in rugby, Oliver?
That was in rugby, not real tennis. Back in my prime, when I was a bit younger, I did play a bit of rugby, but now it's solely real tennis. But yeah, I thought Darcy was a little bit concussed at first, but he said he was just a bit lightheaded, needed a quick breather sort of thing, just to make sure he could actually see the ball, I suppose. Yep, and as captain, I ran down to the side, made sure it was all good. I think I filled up your water bottle.
I did, thank you for
put a little bit of ice in there, no problem. Back to it, close match, so no, it must have been going well. Out here again today. Good from him.
Chase, better than 2. 2 chases.
That was a good shot.
Receivers, Hazard, 1 and 2.
Come on, you guys.
30-15, receivers lead, Hazard, 1 and 2.
Hazard, 1 and 2. A good railroad here, and it's needed.
Well, I'd like to counteract that, Oliver. I had a good railroad yesterday on a Hazard 1 and 2 chase, I believe. And Eric Barker was very quick off the mark. He saw that the serve has gone a bit long, and he left it, which is probably a smart move. And they won the match because of that. And there are definitely no hard feelings at all. So shout out to Eric there.
I mean, if it was a long serve, then I'd argue it wasn't a good railroad.
I've got nothing.
30-40.
Fantastic shot from Alex Rackham. Nice and controlled, not too fast. Low manual timbre. If it had gone any quicker, it could have been taken off the side wall. But because it's moving nice and slow, stays low, doesn't reach it for the double bounce. Great shot. Yet again, hitting that manual timbre. It's the shot to play on this court. It's very deep timbre angle. Manual timbre, dangerous.
I couldn't agree more with you there, Oliver. I think that was a very good point.
Thank you, Stenning.
Just a quick shout out to Michelle from the Westwood Country Club. We've been made to feel very welcome ever since we've been here, and on, I think it was the second day, Michelle came in with 4 packets of Tim Tams, and
I counted 6.
6 packets. Well, that was probably before I got into the room. You've eaten a few of them, but
made my day.
It did. It was good, and I believe you can't have anything better than a Tim Tam before a match.
After spending past 6 months in the United Kingdom, the caramel Tim Tams are still my favourite biscuit. They know how to do it back in Oz, and have not been trumped.
What it is about? Well, sorry, I'll start again. What it is about the caramel Tim Tams that you like so much?
It's got both the crunch factor and the caramel just keeps it all together. So it's not like you're chewing like a bit of shortbread. You're getting a bit of biscuit, nice chocolate flavour, not done over the top, and the caramel is just unreal.
They are paired quite nicely together.
Yep. Closely followed by salted caramel.
Mm.
Yeah, but still not quite as good.
30-15.
Desperately need to chase up for the Australian side. Eric Barker showing why he is dangerous at the net.
He caught Alex napping there.
I don't think even if I was awake and ready for that ball, it would be a tough one to get back for sure.
I believe we have to quote Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali, correct me if I'm wrong, sorry, but it was sting like a butterfly, float like a bee.
5 games to 4.
I cannot confirm.
Probably a little bit before your time, mate.
Probably.
A shout out to Oliver Pridmore, who has just turned 14. He's an incredible player. I think he will go far in his career of court tennis. Apologies.
You're a little bit off. Although the looks might deceive you, I am in fact 18 years of age. Older than Alex Rackham on court for the receivers.
I wouldn't have picked that. Oliver, you've got quite youthful looks.
15
Some would say that's a compliment.
I don't.
30-15.
What a striking shot. Who was that by? I missed that.
I believe that was Darcy Webster-Jones stepping
grin.
up to the plate.
The grin. I think this man, once he gets a bit of ticker behind him, he's got a lot of confidence to give. There's a big presence on court.
And when you're 5-4 down, the last thing you want is lack of confidence. So, a bit of confidence
Goes a long way.
just drives those balls into the dead on.
Tough shot there for Alex. They are 40-30 up, I believe. So
I think
was it 40?
Yep, I think a chase, even if it's a
40-30, yeah.
hazard better than a half, is just what they need.
That service end is very controlling. Is it? And they've taken the
They
game.
have taken the game. I think. What would you do here? Because I reckon if the United States finished the set at the receiver's end, they would switch. However, I think for Alex and Darcy, they would want to continue this combination of Alex against Henry and Eric against Darcy. Thoughts?
Well, thanks for asking.
Time, please.
I think it would be better to get the server's end. I was in this position with Darcy, I believe, yesterday. It was 5-all, and we desperately wanted to stay the same pairing, and we tried to win that set at the receiver's end, and we just couldn't. We couldn't quite get there. So I believe it was you, the coach of the Australian team, Oliver Pridmore, came over and suggested we get to the server's end.
Interesting.
And I think I've just seen a hazard chase there.
Hazard chase. Half a yard. Oh.
That'll do. Any chase is good at this point.
Yep, any chase is good. Oh, penthouse. Come on, Darcy. This is new. There we go.
I was just saying, Henry Smith's luscious locks, they seem to be flowing quite nicely today.
15-30.
The bandana is it's holding up a lot of hair, that's for sure.
Good D so far by the boys. Oh my goodness.
Racket error from Smith after a nice long rally. It's tough, those lobs on the volley, because sometimes you can lose them in the light, sometimes you can just misread the trajectory. Tough ball. 30 all. 5 games all.
Even though Darcy didn't make that shot, I'm glad he didn't duck and let it go in the gallery. I had a chat to him yesterday about this. Darcy bowed down as the ball sailed over his head, and I think he did get the message after I patted him on the shoulder.
Yes.
Reassured him it was going to be okay.
Yep. I think from a previous incident of, I think he's been hit once. Underneath the grill, and that's just set him into a duck sort of response. Fight or flight, he's flying.
You took the words right out of my mouth there, Oliver. Darcy, absolute weapon.
Saving set point. Alex Rackham doing a railroad on the second serve. It is brave of him.
Very bold.
But it pays off for the hazard half a yard.
I think Alex just did that second railroad just to get in their heads, you know, just to let them know who's
boss. If I'd seen you serving a railroad against another hazard chase, I would have suggested otherwise after your history, but
don't mention
Alex,
war.
Alex is he stepped up to the plate well.
Now, 2 chases. What do you think they can do here?
They're both hazard chases, so in theory, this team have got that
benefit.
That benefit, yeah. They've got that edge on them. However, they are at the receiving end. So with Eric at the galleries, I'd almost wouldn't try for anything more than the door gallery. I think the door line window is what they should be aiming for. However, not forcing it to an extent. Although doing a force would be a smarter option as well. Let's see what they do. Second serve for Henry Smith.
That is a commendable shot from Alex Rackham.
Smart shot, rather than going for an unbelievable main or dead on or a risky gallery shot. He's gone for the boast, and it has paid off in the neck. Rolled a little bit, and Henry Smith just wasn't able to compete with it.
And you know what they say, hazard chase is as good as no, sorry. I spoke too soon. They brought it back to Juice. Now, what do you think Cam is thinking right now? As coach of the US team, I saw him having a chat to Freddie and Noah before. I couldn't get any intel from what they were saying, but what do you think's going through Cam's head at the moment?
I honestly couldn't tell you. I think he's enjoying the show.
Should we get Cam? Sam, would you please go get Cam? It would be good to get an insight of what he's thinking.
As a world champion, I think we can take his word with credit.
He may not want to come in. This is a big point though, so we may have to wait.
Second set, we might get Camden Riviere, world champion.
Multiple-time world champion, if you will. He's taken a few home.
just grabbed a few open titles.
Advantage.
No, I think I can see. It looks like Cam is walking towards the studio.
6. Lost the chase.
Well left. Very well left.
Advantage
Let's just
receivers.
snatch that one out of the way of Darcy. I think Darcy might have had a better opportunity there.
Just a little bit more of a shuffle off the feet could have helped. Oh,
And
great
yes,
backhand.
Rackham, it has delivered.
Great shot. Defending a set point. 5 games all. Intense stuff. Back penthouse. Don't. Oh.
I can see Darcy really wants that goal there. He's after it.
Hazard.
2
chases, second gallery, and a hazard chase.
Okay.
Incredible stuff.
As we go to the highlights reel,
Okay.
he's taken a bit of a tumble, but he's avoided hitting his head, which is the main thing.
Yeah. He's used the strings, although he's very far down the throat of the racket. Not sweet spot, but at the same time, there's already a chase happening. Hazard chase, not the worst thing which can happen. Last thing you want is just the advantage down, receiver's end, and not a great chase.
Advantage. The servers. Hazard.
It's unfortunate, but hopefully he can keep his mindset and get this one over in play.
Absolutely. Great volley from Eric. Good defense from Darcy. Floating one in there, Henry Smith.
Oh, that is a well played shot by Eric there.
Tough stuff. Well played, Australia.
Very well played. We welcome Cam Riviere to the studio. Thank you. Quick question.
Level.
What are you thinking right now?
I'm thinking that my team is stressing me out mightily. But it's just good tennis. Good tennis. I think that I question the Australian handicapping system at the moment.
I think a few manual adjustments are in order for when the Oz team travels back.
I would heavily agree with that. I think you guys have been playing some exceptional tennis this week. And, I mean, it's fantastic to see. And I would like to see that just for your own sakes. I mean, I think you've earned better numbers than you're at right now, and I think this week has more than proved that.
Chase, the last gallery.
How have you guys felt? I mean, obviously, a bit rough on the weekend. It was a tough start coming in, but obviously looking much more comfortable now.
Yep, nice and well adjusted to the court. I'm still misreading a bit, so whenever you see me dive on court, you can kind of presume I've just misread it dreadfully. But I'm reading much better now, enjoying the court, using the timbre wisely, I guess, just serving some in there,
Nice.
having a lot of fun on court.
Good. I mean, it's a pretty lovely court. I definitely enjoy it. I know it takes a little getting used to, but hey, that's just court tennis, isn't it? True, as Ryan just said, not as much as the old court. This is a lot more neutral, we'll say.
I've never played at the old court, but I've heard it's had a full main wall of perspex.
It did, and it was lovely to play on. It was one of my favorite courts. So,
Mm.
What are your guys' thoughts on this match? Obviously, quite a nail-biting first set there.
Very tight match. Just shame the Australian team couldn't quite grab it. They had juice, service end. They didn't quite have a match point, I believe, but they defended quite a few. As long as they get off to a nice strong start, we could potentially see another close second set, which I'm looking forward to seeing.
Yeah, it's been it was definitely a tight first set. It's been interesting. It feels like the Australian team's definitely been the more consistent level-wise. It feels like the U.S. Oh wow, that's very lucky. U.S. team has been a bit streaky and managed to put together the right, the streak at the right time. But I would definitely say the Australians have been the steadier group. Yes, my coaching technique this week has apparently been to go for broke, just very streaky, go for hit it harder.
40.
We're okay with errors as long as we get some gloriful winners.
We've noticed Eric's taken a step back. He was standing quite close in the last couple of doubles matches. He was risking life or death there for a few shots. But did you have a word to him?
Yeah, we've been talking about trying to get him back a little bit. It's tough. He's got very good hands, and obviously he no fear. So he's quite happy to get up there and risk it all. But he gets a surprising amount back considering that positioning, but it makes it tough on his partner. So sometimes in doubles it's more about prioritizing what's happening to your partner rather than what's prioritized for you. And you really want to kind of position yourself in a way that may make your life slightly more difficult, but makes your partner's much easier.
15:30.
So this is the last day of the Clothier Cup, and it's what was the competition between the UK and the US?
The Van Allen.
Van Allen. How are the team feeling going into that?
I hope they're feeling good. I think they've had a nice challenge in this Clothier Cup, which I think is a great way to kind of set the tone for the next one. It's going to be a tough matchup. You guys know you played the UK earlier in the week. They're a great team. They've got a lot of talent and up-and-comers, and I think that in order for the US to win that, they're going to have to play very, very well, kind of all 1 through 4. There is no weakness in that team. So, how did you guys feel playing them?
Well, I'll let you take this one.
Well, ignoring the singles, the doubles especially, I think, will be the matches to see. The Oz team did especially well. I partnered up with Nick Stenning, and we took the UK team to 3 sets. And then I partnered up with Darcy, and we also took them to 3 sets. Unfortunately, not being able to win either matches, but nice close matches. And I think the US hopefully will have similar results against the US, and so if the Australian team can do similarly to the UK and the US, then I think they will be nice tight matches in the doubles. So definitely good to see.
I think you're getting a little bit confused there with your USs and your UKs, Oliver.
There's a lot of letters flying around, so it's tough to keep track. A lot of U's, a lot of A's. I mean, it's tough.
We're moving quite quickly as well, so keep up, Oliver.
And so I feel like this is taking the same tempo as the first set, where the US kind of came out, took an early lead, then Australia fought back, and then quite tight from that point on. So we'll see if Australia can keep this one tight as well. It'd be good to see another competitive set. What would you guys say is your biggest takeaway? Obviously, this isn't necessarily your first kind of one of these Clothiers, and what's your other one called? Limb. But first away, right, for most of you?
Yeah, definitely.
Second for you, Oliver. So what's your guys' biggest takeaway, having been on this trip now and seen this?
One of the biggest, I would say, definitely arrive in the country a week before the competition. I think we were all hit with jet lag. quite early on, which is something I don't think many of us experienced before. But I think definitely getting used to the court and playing as much as possible with people better than you.
40-30.
It's great to see that the Australians are sort of keeping up, not overtaking just yet. I feel like the next round of competitions in 2 years we could be extremely competitive. So I wouldn't count us out just yet, but yeah, just getting on court is a huge thing.
Okay. 3 games to love.
For me personally, I think my doubles mindset, I think's changed the most after travelling to the US for this past couple of tournaments. I used to kind of swing at everything, go for everything, try and kill it, and then after thinking further and realising that I'm making more mistakes than I'm getting winners, I've changed to a more steadier sort of game of kind of chip it down the line a bit more and keep it in play, and that keep it in play creates more errors and kind of destroying my, I guess, opponents than me actually going for a winning shot. So I think that sort of
30-15.
mindset has definitely changed for me.
Okay, I think that's a good thing to consider. You know, it's very easy in doubles to just be incredibly aggressive, right? The ball's on the back wall, higher up generally, so it gives more opportunity to be hit. And there's a time and a place, and there's areas of the court to aim for, but a good cut shot is still a good cut shot, regardless of the singles or doubles.
I was having a conversation with Pete Boyles actually before we left Tasmania, and he just said, as long as you get it back over the net, they've still got to hit the ball back to you. So the point is not over until it's over.
Pete's actually someone I used to compete against in the Clothier Cup, so I'm dating myself a little bit here. But it's not often I'm the oldest by a lot.
40-30, second gallery.
What are your thoughts on trick shots? When should they be whipped out? Because we saw quite a few in the doubles matches yesterday. Noah is he likes a good tweener.
I've seen him pull off that tweener Mainwell date on more times than I care to think about. But to be honest with you, so trick shots are a result of poor footwork and preparation, right? You don't choose to hit a trick shot generally in doubles. You hit a trick shot because you're in the wrong position and you have to. So that's you generally don't want to, but if it happens, it's always great to see. But my worry is that if you start hitting a couple, just even let's say from poor footwork, right? It just happens. It opens the door in your mind for you to be like, well, I could try that. And then you're more likely to maybe have poor footwork or go for that in the future. Whereas I kind of go by the mentality of if that happens, then I messed up and I need to make sure I don't do that again.
There are no style points awarded in this game, unfortunately.
Thank God. I would lose that battle every day of the week.
Folks!
I've never hit it. Don't know how.
The railroad seems to be quite a popular serve. I think that's really the only thing I've served this tournament. What other serves do you think would be quite effective on this court?
Well, I've got to be a little careful in case Mr. John Lumley's listening in. I don't want to give away too many secrets with our upcoming match. But I think you can serve any serve on any court with enough practice and enough kind of open-mindedness. I think the railroad here comes back quite a lot, so it's a bit easier to serve, but I'm actually very surprised because in doubles especially, hitting kind of railroads is frowned upon as you get better. And frowned upon is maybe not the right word, but basically you're playing with fire. You're giving your opponent a ball that they can swing away on. So generally in doubles, your goal is to pin your opponent to the back wall a bit more, so that they can't, hit it as hard or as accurately. And so it's something I've seen more of than I thought I would this week. It's great defense.
Game. 4 games to love.
Henry Smith was threatening with the dead on there, but the grill, but Alex was doing well up until that point. It's tough.
It is tough, you know. So you feel like you got 3 or 4 back, and somehow that's still not enough.
15 love.
So with 4 love in the second set, what did you say to the guys at the end of the first set?
Oh, you know, I don't want to say I threatened them, but oh wow,
Spectacular.
but we just sorted a few things out. I think one of the joys of this type format is that you can coach. You know, in like the singles and doubles normally you aren't allowed to coach. So, but in this format event, this team event, we're allowed to, and it allows us to really kind of help you guys progress throughout the week and the tournament. So you're not just competing, but you're learning along the way. So it's kind of nice because a lot of times people don't realize maybe they're doing something wrong or it's not intentional. And so the ability to sort it out mid-match is pretty unique. Has your coach been giving you guys some good advice? Because I feel like your guys' level progressed a ton.
As in the Australian coach Oliver Pridmore.
Well, whichever coach, teammates, you know.
He's been good. He's gone away to the UK since the start of this year, and he's definitely progressed. He's good. His knowledge of the game has improved, and I feel like that's rubbed off on the rest of the boys.
Okay.
Ooh, tough. I want to go back to something that you said about the Australian team, and I really do agree with you. I think you guys are going to be a force in a couple of years here. I think 2 years from now, at the next one of these, you guys will be in heavy contention in both of these matches, assuming you all keep playing and going with it. Because from what I've seen right now, you're not really off of it at all, anyways. From what I can tell, you're right there. And so I think 2 years of progress and play, it's gonna make these matches a ton of fun.
Last year, when it was held in Melbourne, I don't think we didn't win a single match. I don't think the whole tournament against the US or the UK, and I think that really that lit a fire inside the boys, and that's been growing over the past year, and it's good to see that the training has paid off.
And to be honest with you, that's how the US was, in a very similar situation. Not winning a match in either, and then using that to motivate for the future. So
we just joined by Max Truman in the commentary booth. What are your thoughts on the game so far?
Well, I haven't really watched much of it, to be honest.
It's great support of
Good insight into the game there.
Great to see the English team supporting the event, even though they're, just because they're not playing, apparently.
30 love. Receivers lead 5-6.
Not quite as close as I thought this set would be, especially after the first.
It's 5 love, 30 love at the moment. What advice would you give to the Australians if you could?
I think that when you're in this position, it's very much just 1 point at a time. Just trying to focus on being steady for 1 point and trying to hit the right shots, win that point, progress to the next one, apply that same principle, and hope that you string a bunch together into a game or two and a little bit of momentum. Ooh. Contentious.
15-30.
Very questionable call
That's
there,
better than 1.
but we'll take it.
I think we're at some point here we're going to have to get Ryan Carey on the old instant replay. When is Shot Spot coming out?
30 all.
We've clawed it back to 30 all here.
Momentum can change over in 1 point.
Tough
30.
stuff, Alex. Diving out of the way there.
40-30. Votes.
Well, that looked very close.
Questionable. It's a really hard line to pick, I find.
Sure.
Chase. Worse than
That
5.
was well left, I think.
That is on match point. I think that's a good leave.
I personally would not be swinging for that.
Oh no, you're a lefty. You would have certainly been swinging at that on your forehand.
You haven't been watching my games.
So after this, we have a little break, and then are you up next, Nick? Are you in the next
No,
one?
no, I'm not. I don't know who the next match is.
I should probably know this as a coach, shouldn't I?
You know this as a player.
Someone should know.
If any of the viewers know, please feel free to drop a comment in the comment section below. Seem to be quite lost here.
Oh, there it is.
That is well played in the first set by the Australians.
They should be happy with that. I think yet again proving some handicap irregularities here. So, thank God this is off level.
Thank you very much for joining me in the booth, Cam. It's been a pleasure.
No problem. It's been great to have you guys here all week and get to know everybody. And I really am looking forward to what the future has in store for you guys. I see a very bright one.
A lot of wins for the Australians, I hear.
I mean, I can't go that far, but I wish you guys all the best of luck. All right. Well, we'll be back in a little bit.